So what's been happening? So actually, not people know this, but I actually used to work at a rope factory, but I quit on my first day because when I got there, no one would show me the ropes. I was just like, "Where's the ropes?" So I got out of there pretty quick. You were doing. My memory's terrible. I was thinking, if you like, you know how there's touch lamps, like there's touch lamps that exist. If you think about it, all lamps are touch lamps. You've just got to touch the other ones on the switch with a bit of pressure. All lamps are touch lamps. This is kind of just a weird thing. I've been listening to soundtracks instead of songs recently. It's been like more relaxing. And I was listening to one really recently that I was just like, this would be perfect if I was literally riding a horse, like on magic mushrooms, like through a forest with like several river crossings, and then all of a sudden you look down and your legs are just part of the horse, and you're just a big centaur. But then you sober up and you're literally just at a fuel station sitting on someone's child. Yeah, I've been listening to soundtracks. What else has been happening? Oh yeah, it's crazy to think that there's the most of something. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just the fact. There's the most of something. And like there's someone out there with the most longest like armpit hair that exists. I don't know, it would be long. There's someone out there that's just eaten the most corn. He or she would probably be old and probably just eaten corn since they were a baby or something, I don't know. And there'd be someone out there with the most stinkiest breath. And I was thinking, like, if I had the option to smell that, I would do it, 100%. Like, if someone was just like, do you want to smell the most stinkiest breath? I'd just be like, yes. Just out of pure curiosity, life experience. But you know, the stinkiest breath that I've ever smelled would be my primary school bus drivers. But the weirdest thing about it is that he used to chew chewing gum, and which, I don't know, should be fresh breath, but it was just the opposite. And I would get a glimpse of the chewing gum sometimes. It would be like a grey colour. And like, either that chewing gum was a weird flavour that I hadn't heard of, or he'd been chewing it since like 1971. Like, I can just imagine his job interview with the principal, and the principal's just like, how did we know that you're going to be committed bus driver this school? And he's just like, and he literally just spits out a bit of gum just onto the table in front of him, and he's like, see that bit of gum? I've been chewing that since 1971. And then she's just like, is that why it's grey and stinky? And he's just like, yes. And then she just picks it up and like carefully puts it back in his mouth. And then she licks her fingers. And then she's like, thank you. And he's like, no, thank you. But yeah, he was stinky breath, the most stinky breath and smell. What else has been happening? Oh yeah, I was saying it's crazy what we do for money in life, isn't it? Like, it literally just is. I used to be at a chicken factory nearly every day, like nearly 6 years. And I was thinking I would never have done that if it weren't for money. Like, I would have never just volunteered there. And, oh geez, I think I forgot that joke. What do I have in store for that? Yeah, it's crazy what we do for money, the chicken factory bit. What else do we do for money, the chicken factory? I thought I had this in the bag. I'm feeling confident. I don't know, put on. Now, give me a second. I will remember this. Hey! Don't you dare.
I was going to be thinking music.
It's crazy what we do for money. Oh yeah. So, if someone actually... Okay, this is something that I would never do for money. Like, for example, in life, I would never, ever, ever vomit on a baby's face. Deliberately. But if there was enough money, I would do it. The only circumstances in life which I wouldn't vomit, which I would vomit on a baby's face without money, are very specific. situations. Like if there was like a shed in the middle of nowhere and there was a man that wouldn't let me out, and there was a baby in the shed as well, and he was just like, "You're not getting out of this shed until you vomit on the baby's face." Then I would vomit all over the baby's face if I had to. That'd be one scenario. The other scenario would be like I would vomit on a baby's face without money. Would be if the mother of the baby asked me really nicely to, like if she really wanted me to do it. Like if I was in Woolworths and a woman came up to me with a pram and she was like, "Excuse me, sir, you look like a very lovely man." And she's like, "Would you mind doing me a favour?" I'd be like, "Yeah, well, what can I do?" And she'd be like, "Well, I would like you to vomit on my baby's face." I would probably just say to her, "Look, wow, blow me away, but I would do that, but I don't need to vomit." And then she like puts her hand on my wrist really gently and she's just like, "It's okay, I will help you." And she like pulls out a dirty nappy from under the pram. And she's just like, look at it and smell it. It will help you vomit onto my baby." And then I reach down, I smell it, and I smell it, and I just like blows me away. Like, then I just say to her like, "I'm sorry, that was disgusting, but I still don't need to vomit." And then she was just like, "No, it's okay, I will help you again." And then she goes, "Look at me, watch me do this." And she like opens the nappy up, and then like she puts her fingers in the nappy and she like opens her eyelids and she just starts like just rubbing her eyelids, and then she like gets her phone out and shows her pictures of like dead cows and stuff. And then like I vomit all over the baby's face. And then she just has a change of heart and calls the police. So I leave. But it's crazy what we do for money. Thanks very much. Have a good night.